Hello, everyone. So, welcome to the Maiden podcast on behalf of Book Culture. So, I'm thankful to Book Culture for giving me this opportunity to take the first podcast on their behalf. And to kick off the first session, we have one of the most prolific, talented writer that we have currently from India, and precisely speaking, from Northeast India. So Chiranjib Barooah is a man of versatile talents. So before I go to him, a warm welcome to Chiranjib. Chiranjib, welcome to the first podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. First of all, Happy New Year. The best wishes for this coming New Year, and I'm very happy to be with you. Being the maiden podcast is going to be very special. Let's make it great.
Thank you. Thanks. So, Chiranjeev, before we start, yes, I warmly reciprocate the same feeling. A happy New Year to you too. So, we are recording this on 5th of January. It may take some time before we can edit it and post it in some social media. But yeah, your feelings is warmly reciprocated to you. And Chiranjeev, we have not met in person, so we have just met I think through social media, and we have some common friends. So
Yeah.
it's great to talking to you face to. In fact, our viewers, let's be very honest, we have never met, so it's a kind of knowing him through this podcast. Um, so Chiranjeev, why don't you start by talking about your books? So we know, and even the audience knows that you are an author. I just said. So why don't you speak about what you write? What are the books? How many books you have? He has three, by the way. And I'll give you around as much time as you want. You can speak about your books and what are your genre. So all yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, the starting about my books. I have written three books till now. My first book was called Ascendance to Transcendence. It was during the COVID period, during the lockdown, when I decided to write this book. I'm also an artist. I do paintings. I'm also a singer. So I thought I have done several exhibitions of my painting exhibitions. Since the paintings are very difficult to understand. Some paintings are very difficult to understand. Some are abstract, some are modern art. So I decided why not uh, explain what has been shown in the paintings in the form of poetry.
Wow.
So I love experimentation. I like to experiment with different art forms like art, music, poetry, literature, all different kinds of stuff. So I like to incorporate all of them together. So then I started writing the book. It's called Ascendance to Transcendence. It's a collection of 24 poems and also 24 paintings. So there are two sections. One section consists of poems, and the other one the paintings. So each poem I have drawn differently, so that by looking at the poem, they will get the visual impression in the paintings on the next page. So I can show you the book. So this is my first book,
Oh wow, it's a
Sentence.
it's a big book actually.
Yeah, it's kind of a
Yeah.
coffee table book.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, this is also my painting self portrait
Wow.
that I didn't have beard. I look a bit different. So this was the book. Um, and I am happy to share that this book was accepted by Harvard University and British Library.
Oh,
They have
wow.
thank you. They have taken.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone visits the Harvard University or British Library, they will get my book there. It's been collected there. And talking about my second book is called Envision the Wisdom. So it was a recent book. Uh, I thought that why not write about diverse topics so that it's helpful for the youngsters, the young people, or person from any profession. He may be an engineer, a doctor, a singer, anyone can connect to it. So I wrote this book called Envision the Wisdom. It's a collection of over 100 different topics on 100 diverse topics, starting from the creation of the universe, even before that, from nothingness, when there was nothing at all, the virtual particles, the quantum entanglement, all those stuff. Then infinity, how from nothingness to infinity, the entire process, how the universe was created, the Big Bang, the superstring theory, then the particle physics. From mathematics we got physics, from physics we got chemistry, from chemistry to biology, the sequential order, then the creation of life. Then that was the first part. I divided my book into three parts. That was the first part. Second part was about human endeavors, what humans has created from the creation of the universe, then life, then the human history, the entire human history, geography, geopolitics, uh, then talking about the art, the literature, whatever the mankind has produced and created, the linguistics and language, everything. And the third part was about the future, what are the cutting edge technology the human being have been involved to into, from the genetics, then AI, and
Wow.
robotics. Then taking to the last chapter is utopia. That is, uh, I am quite, I mean, what you say, what the future will be. Utopia. I am. This is like imagining. It's like a science fiction tale. Um, I'm thinking about the future that is very good. The utopia. There is no bloodshed, no violence. So I have started with a positive note. So that was my second book. I can show you the book. It's near to me. Yeah, this is the one.
Oh, even this is quite big.
Yeah, this is, yeah, this is also my painting
Okay.
I did, and the same with this.
Awesome.
So,
And
so
so
this,
by the time your second book came out, you have put on a beard.
yeah, yeah, for the beard. Because researching and reading and so many things. Yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah, this book was also accepted by yeah, the Oxford University and the British Library.
Wow.
And yeah, thank you. This was published by Vision Monk Publishing House. It's one of the forerunners of the publishing house in northeastern region of India. And the third one is called the Illuminating Infinite Intellect. This book I have published the last month on 22nd December. It's a collection of poetry and artwork. This book is quite serious stuff. It's about the burning issues that the mankind has been facing, starting from terrorism, then the warfare, uh, then the poverty, the refugees, the problem with the refugees, then the communal problems, everything, and together with the human emotions, topics on human emotions like love, the friendship, the family, all those stuff. So this is the book,
Wow.
Limiting Intellect.
Great.
Yeah, yeah. That's some of the paintings.
Wow.
Uh,
Nice. So
so
all the paintings are yours.
yeah, all the paintings are mine.
Yeah.
So here you'll get the painting, and here is the poetry. So that both of the things you can relate.
Awesome. So in your
Yeah.
case, the publisher don't have to worry about what picture I should put on because you are giving your own picture. So yeah, amazing. That's great. That's great. Okay, Chiranjeev, before we continue with you, a brief introduction about book culture. So, book culture is a fairly new initiative. We are like just two of us, me, myself, Anurag Talukdar, and my best friend, Rudro Deka. So, we both decided that we want to create a platform for non-profit where we want to give an opportunity for aspiring authors to come and showcase their talent. You are not an aspiring author by any means. You are a well-reputed author. So it's a real privilege of us to hosting you. But going forward, we'll definitely try to host more aspiring authors. And it's not about age group because writing can happen anytime, right? We can have a person who's been thinking, reading a lot. They don't get time. They are all entangled, in your words. They're always entangled in their jobs. And by the time they retire, they have plenty of time. So maybe you can be an author, but you start publishing books after retirement. So
Yeah.
we can actually come and collaborate with a youngster, even people who have retired. So that is the motive of book culture. And in the words of my dear friend Rudra, he said, we want to get the habit of reading back. So like with the advent of television in 1980s and then internet in early 2000, I think reading has taken a backstage. So I'm also an author. I have also two books. Okay. But sometimes I feel as if I am writing in a wrong era because the number of people reading the books have reduced. And this is something we have to take at in a systematic manner. Is book culture the panacea? No, not at all. We are a very small stone, and you're trying to, shake up the whole ocean. So we
Yes.
want to create an ecosystem. We want to create a movement. And
Mm.
so this is a small step, and probably our long term goals is we want to start a kind of get-togethers, getting people come together, readers and authors alike. We have a Facebook page, we have an Insta page where we are featuring not just authors but readers also. Now why reader? Because readers is also an endangered species now, not just authors. And you need both of them. It's a symbiotic relationship. You cannot have an author without a reader, can't have a reader without an author. You need them
Definitely.
both. So this is
Yes.
all about, book culture. Now coming to you, Chiranjeev, you have puzzled me a lot. Like, you are an artist, okay? You sing, and I've seen your YouTube video. You're amazing, and you are. I think you're classically trained also, if I'm not mistaken. We'll come to that. And but it seems to
Yes,
be
yes, no. Yeah.
okay. But your books, like poetry, yes, painting you do. Then you are going in the realm of science, pure science writing. I'm not saying scientific fiction because that is different. It's like, I have books in my background. You probably can see I read a lot. And, I have read books that talk about, evolution of the universe, how the universe started, and then they come to the current time. I have not read a book that has covered from the beginning all the way to what might be, because I have read books that will talk about, hey, we are here right now, year 2025, and this is how the universe will, probably shape up the way it can be. So kudos to you, and it's not easy to write. So I want to know, I believe you are a science graduate, and
Yeah, science
yeah.
subject. Yeah.
So why don't you talk something about your personal life, like your family, your childhood, what you studied? Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I'm basically from Guwahati, the capital city of Assam, the northeastern state. Uh, I did matriculation and higher secondary from faculty higher secondary school from Guwahati itself in science. Then I took engineering in electronics and telecommunication engineering. Then after that I worked with Reliance Telecom, uh, then with Axis Bank, and then with mutual fund industry. Right now I am in mutual fund industry. But although I am a science graduate, but I did MBA also in finance, but I am more inclined towards the artistic endeavors, artistic forms like art and music and literature and all. So whenever I get time, I used to spend most of my time in uh, writing, then singing, then in paintings and all. So that's how I balance both the things. Um, Talking about art, it started when I was very young. It was my passion from the time I learned to take the pencil in my hand. I started painting. Then I took up and I took part in different art competitions. I won in several art competitions. So that inspired me a lot. Family members, to friends and teachers and seniors, they all inspired me. They encouraged me to take up art along with studies. Then I won in All India Camden Color Contest when I was in school.
Wow.
That was when I was in school, yeah, in Vivekananda. Uh, so after that, music also started parallelly because my mom, she is a classically trained singer. I haven't taken any classical lessons. It's just the interest, classical singer. So I have to take part in singing competitions also. Then when I was in class 8 or 9, I can remember it, but still, then I formed my band, my first band with my friends. Then I used to perform all this, the rock, the classical rock and metal, all this, sing all the songs. So slowly and slowly, I started writing also. I went to songwriting. Then I compose my songs that I have recorded also in different studios. I did duets and I made musical videos with my mom. So that's how the musical career, musical journey started. Then writing, as I have told you earlier.
Okay,
So
so that semi-classical song that you shared a link and I liked it. That's your mom?
yeah, she's my mom.
Oh, okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, nice,
So
nice.
mostly, so mostly I'm inclined towards metal, heavy metal stuff, Western music. But I like the other forms of music also, like the classical, the jazz, the blues, all those stuff. So I try to incorporate all those stuff also.
Yeah.
So since I love experimentation, yeah,
So
it's
let
okay.
me tell you one thing, viewers. Like I also sing, but
Oh, great.
Chiranjeev is a different league. So take it from me. I am a trained singer. I underwent training for 1 year, not beyond that. So I'm trained
Wow.
in Hindustani classical for 1 year. I could not continue because I had other priorities in life. I wanted to watch TV. I was very young. So yeah, just 1 year. But the voice control of Chiranjeev is amazing. What I will do, Chiranjeev, is that I will share a couple of your YouTube video links when I post this video on social media, so that people can also see your other side of life, right? That's
Thank you.
yeah, great.
But you don't stop singing. Uh, Keep on
I
continue with
sure.
the
Sure.
never
So
let it.
I'm not not up to your league, but like I am quite, I don't care. So I sing, I put it in YouTube channel. I have my YouTube channel. I have some 200 followers. That's okay. I'm happy. So I'm not a professional. I keep singing that way. So yeah, thanks for that. Now Chiranjeev, which author you like to read?
Okay, good question. I like science fiction, fantasy, epic fantasy, thriller, suspense, or all those different kinds of stuff that challenges the human imagination, human capabilities. So there are few names which come to my mind, like George R. Martin, writer of the Game of Thrones. Then
Oh, sorry. Here it is.
yeah,
Entire Game of Thrones series of yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the world building, the characterization, the plot is so intricate, so vivid, so jaw dropping. So I like that stuff. Uh, uh, then I like different kind of comics, the graphic comics, manga, say manga, the Marvel, all those different kinds. I'm flexible. I follow everything, whatever catches my imagination, whatever suits me. George R. R. Martin, the Stephen King, he's a great horror writer, Stephen King. Then H.P. Lovecraft. Then I follow the Beowulf, the old Icelandic saga. Uh, I like the world mythologies also of different mythologies from different countries. That also I follow the folklore. So I'm on different stuff, different
Awesome.
things.
That's nice. That's nice. And any of the author style you got inspired to write in that style, knowingly, unknowingly?
Yeah, like Tolkien's Lord of the Rings and George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones. That inspired me to to create a new world building, different empires, different characters, different worlds, vivid world building. So that inspired me a lot. So I tried to create unique stuff. Not that inspired from them, but I tried to create new stuff. So it takes a lot of time. So the next project I'm thinking of writing one epic fantasy series.
Oh,
So
wow,
let's
wow, wow. So it will be a novel?
it will be a novel. Yeah.
Awesome. And so tell me, what are the meaning of these terms? Because for the benefit of viewers, I was having a conversation with Chiranjeev on WhatsApp, and he also mentioned, let's talk about these topics: quantum mechanics, mathematics, metaphysics, parapsychology, literature, poetry, art, music. I think those everyone understand.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you have to explain quantum mechanics to a layman, like, how will you explain it?
Talking about the micro, the thing that we cannot see with our naked eye, the physics that govern, the science that govern the working of the microscopic world, that is called quantum mechanics. That is the simplest word. Now, the atom, we know the atom is just the smallest part, but Even if we go inside the atom, there we have the subatomic particles, the nucleus, the protons, the electrons. Even if we go more deeper, we'll get the elementary particles, the muons, the gluons, the bosons, all those stuff. Even if we go more deeper, we'll get the fields, the fluctuations like vibrations, like the filament of a bulb. It looks like a filament of a bulb. So we have different fields. So right now, the scientists are stuck with that thing. They have said that the universe as a whole, the macroscopic, everything is made up of this filament, like the microscopic, like the strings, like a string, like the guitar strings. They keep on vibrating. So it's called from there it came the string theory, the superstring theory. So the quantum theory speaks about these things, and it's quite complicated. It's quite bizarre. Like there is one quantum superposition theory. According to that theory, the subatomic particle, the elementary particles, they can exist in different positions at the same time until you observe it. Uh, so it sounds quite, I mean, bizarre. I mean, it sounds quite astonishing, shocked. I mean, how a person, he can appear in different positions at the same time, but in the microscopic world, it is possible, and that has baffled even Einstein also. Einstein used to say spooky extended distance about the quantum theory. He strongly opposed the quantum theory, but still, he after all he has to lose to the giants of the quantum mechanics. The scientists, the Niels Bohr, Schrodinger, the Heisenberg, the Max Planck. Those were the greats who worked on the quantum mechanics, the quantum theory. So there is a connection with quantum mechanics with spirituality also. Even if we look at the Vedic theory, I mean about the Vedas, about the Hinduism, the background of the Hinduism, there you can find similarities, because in Hinduism also they the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, these three things, the electron, proton, and neutron. There has been specified the electron, proton, and neutron, and the fields, the quantum fields, the ohm, the syllable, the vibrations. What Hinduism says that everything is created from the vibrations, the frequencies, the different frequencies, the vibrations. The ohm was the primordial sound. The science also says the same thing. So you can find parallel, the similarities between the both these things. So it's quite interesting. That's why I studied. I went closer and closer, deeper and deeper into these things, and that's how that's inspired me to write on those
Awesome.
different. Yeah,
In fact,
those things.
this topic is very close to my heart also. Like and I didn't study science after my graduation. So just like you, I did my master's in management. So have done my MBA, and then I'm currently doing my PhD in management. So, but
Okay.
once you have studied science, I think you retain that scientific acumen or the love for science persists. So I have not gone to a lab and I have not gone to physics lab and done experiments, but I am so fascinated and I'm glad I'm having these conversations. And in fact, whenever I open my mobile Android phone, and Android will keep on sending me all the updates because it knows my preferences. It keeps me sending.
Yeah,
So recently, today morning, I saw a update, a scientific article. It's saying that human consciousness is like can communicate with the larger cosmos. I didn't read
yeah.
the article, but I plan to read it. But these are all baffling things. And I think this is actually taking a whole new journey because so far, whatever we have assumed, this is the scientific journey, this is how it is unfold. But believe me, in the last 5 years, so much advances have been made in quantum field, quantum mechanics. It's baffling everyone. So I think this is something that equally share the passion. I I may not have the knowledge that you have at that level, but I'm fascinated. So I'm quite happy having this conversation. And then
Thank you. I'm
what
still a
about,
learner.
yeah, go on, go on.
Yeah, I'm also a learner. I am still learning the more and more new things. Yeah, still there are many more things to learn.
Great. And what about metaphysics? How do you explain metaphysics to a layman?
Yeah. Now the scientist, the one having the scientific background, they strongly oppose metaphysics. Metaphysics is totally different thing. They believe in supernatural stuff, paranormal things, like the psychic powers that human have, like precognition, telekinesis, psychokinesis, all those stuff, astral projection. Now, the the metaphysics, the those people who follow metaphysics, occult science, they say that every human being have that the psychic powers that have light hidden, and those powers can be awakened through different processes like yoga and meditation and penance, all those kind of stuff. There is no you can't say metaphysics is wrong or false, because science hasn't reached that stage. Science don't have the tools to prove these things wrong, like the psychic powers, the astral projection. Astral projection is when a person is sleeping, but his soul, his the astral body. Now, the human body has, according to the metaphysics, according to religion, they say that the human body is made up of three different layers: the physical body, astral body, mental body. So different layers. It's like the different layers of an onion. If you peel the onion, you will get different layers. So similarly, the human body has different the layers. Astral body is when the person is sleeping, but his the soul, the spirit, it moves up, and it can travel across the cosmos, across the universe, and it can come back. That's when the person is dreaming. Now, if you speak about the psychedelic drugs, the people used to take the ayahuasca, the DMT, the LSD, all those things. That people also experience the same thing. They say that when they take up the psychedelic drugs, they move to different worlds, to different dimensions. They meet different aliens kind of stuff, different worlds. They imagine different colors, vivid colors, patterns, and then again when they come back, if they are artist or singer, they used to express that through artworks or paintings. We have seen different painters like Salvador Dali, the master surrealist artist. Similarly, there is one different art genre called visionary art. It's a kind of style where the artist, they by taking psychedelic drugs also, and without taking through meditation and deep concentration, they can achieve those things. So science cannot say that these things are wrong. They also exist. Science has no answers about consciousness only. What is
True.
consciousness? Whether it lies,
Absolutely.
yeah, whether it lies in the human brain or it's outside, it's a different thing. They don't know whether the mind is a part of a human brain, or it's a coordination of different areas of the brain. They work together and they form the mind. So still there are many things to be learned. There's still many puzzles, mysteries to be solved.
Nice.
So yeah,
I think the same thing was explained by Yuval Noah Harari. I can't recall the book name. I think was it 21st Lesson for 21st Century. He actually started with this debate that, what is consciousness? And in fact, there is no definition to it.
yeah.
So, so brilliant. Yeah, that's
Everyone has
yeah.
different
Yeah.
perspectives on
Mm.
yeah, explaining consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we are just, disclaimer, we are not promoting any psychedelic drugs here. So
No.
please, please stay safe. And it is just a discussion. And assuming that all of you will use your own judgment and stay away from all these products. Okay. So yeah, thanks. And so I think you have a lot of variety of interests. So then you have metaphysics, you spoke about physics as such, quantum mechanics. What about your family? I think your mom was, or rather, is a trained classical singer. Why don't you speak something about your childhood and what's your current status? Are you married? I don't even know that.
Yeah, I got married 2 years back. So yeah, my wife, she's a psychologist. She works in Christ School as a counselor. Psychology also a very interesting subject. About psychology also, I have written my book about the brain, how the brain works, the psychology, human psychology. About criminal psychology also, how a person becomes criminal, how to study the criminal psychology.
That's how you
So
impressed her?
no, through painting,
Okay.
poetry.
Okay. Nice, nice, nice.
That was about my wife. My father, he was a mechanical engineer. He worked with the finance, Assam Financial Corporation. Right now, he is retired. My mom, as I told earlier, she's a classical singer. She was also a teacher, but she has undergone two surgeries of hip
Oh,
replacement. So yeah, so right now she stays in home. So she's okay, perfectly okay now, perfectly fine. And uh, uh, if you know Neil Pawan Barooah, he's a very famous
of
artist.
course,
He
of
to
course.
me my uncle, yeah, what we say in Assamese.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's,
people say that maybe you have the, it's like it's a hereditary. You have you got the artistic thing from him. People used to say that. They used to joke
oh,
like
so
that.
you are own nephew of that great Nilapavan Borua.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes.
So yeah, I that explains everything. Okay. So for the viewers who are not from Assam, so Nilapavan Borua is one of the greatest, artist ever produced. And very well respected, well known in entire Assamese fraternity, both by critics and by popular, public alike. So yeah, so that explains everything. And of course, it's all genes. So, we can attribute it to good genes that Chiranjeev is having. So great. Yeah. So
Thank
Chiranjeev, if you have to summarize your entire, personality, who are you?
you.
Mm.
I am a curious truth seeker. That will be the appropriate word. Curious
Nice.
truth seeker.
Great. So yeah, Chiranjeev, I think this was great talking to you. Okay, and it's a privilege of mine to be hosting you for the first podcast that we are doing. I wish you all the very best, and
Thank you.
we'll continue to collaborate. And may you continue to write more, and may your books reach far and wide. So thank you, thanks a lot.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.